Hey guys, what's up? It's PJ here, and in this series I will be showing you how to make a basic GUI calculator in Java. So basically when you open, like on Windows, when you open the calculator application, it's sort of like this calculator, except it's not exactly the same. So this will probably be a few parts, this tutorial. I can only do 10-minute videos because of my screen recorder, I'm sorry about that. But let's get started. So the first thing we want to do is import the swing library of Java, so that way we can make Jframes and stuff like that. And we're also going to need the AWT event library for action listeners and such. So the first thing we're going to do is we need to go up to this class called calc. You can name it whatever you want, and we are going to make it extend Jframe. That way we can just create a frame object of the class. And we also needed to implement action listener. That way we can test for actions from buttons and such. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to make a constructor for this class. Just do public and then whatever the name of your class is, and public calc for me. And in that, the first thing we are going to do is start initializing the Jframe. So the first thing we want to do is set default close operation. We want to make it at jframe.exit on close. Now this is the most important part of the window, because if you don't close it, it'll keep running in the back. Like if you don't set that, when you press the X button on your window, it won't close the program. It'll close the window, but the program will be running in the background. And if it's a more intensive program, it'll cause your computer to slow down, and that would not be good. And then we want to set the title next. We can name it whatever we want. I'm just going to name it calculator. Then after that, we need to set so it's not resizable. If it is resizable, then they can move the size and all of that stuff. And we also need to set the size of this, and we're going to make that 230 by 370 pixels. And then the last thing we need is to set the location relative to null. Basically that positions it on the middle of the screen. We're going to need to make a new class file. I'm just going to call this class run, and in this class we're going to make our main method, and we need to make an object of the calc class, so we can do calc c equals new calc. Whoops. Gotta spell it right first. And then if we do c.visible or c.setVisible true, and we run this program, we should get a window in the middle of the screen. Right there. Ta-da! It's amazing, I know. Alright, so that's just the basic window of our calculator. And now we gotta start making J buttons and stuff. Actually, first let's make the J panel. So do a private J panel. And we'll name it panel. And then we need to make a bunch of J buttons. So let's make the equals button, add button, sub button for subtract, multi button for multiply, and div button for divide. And also let's add the clear button, the plus minus button, the decimal button, and yeah, that's it. That's all we need for there. And we're also going to make buttons for the numbers. So we'll go 0 button, 1 button, 2 button, 3 button, 4 button, 5, whoops, gotta spell it right, 5 button, 6 button, 7, I know this is boring, but this is the boring stuff, it'll get better, and the 9 button. Now we need a text field for the answers and stuff. So if we do static JText field, and we'll just name that answer field, ants field. We also need 2 doubles, static double, num1 and num2. We also need another double called plus minus, and then we need a bunch of integers for clicks, so equals 0, sub click equals 0. Yeah, okay, we need to make that for all of them, and div click equals 0. And then we also need, oops, that's not supposed to be multi-button, make that multi-click. And then we need another double up here actually, and that will be our answer itself. And then we also need an int for clearing the field. Okay, so that's all of our variables that we need. The next thing that we're going to do is we are going to make the panel. So down here in the constructor, we are going to make the panel. So panel equals new jPanel. This is basically initializing the panel, creating it. We need to make the size for it. So panel.set size. We're going to make it the same size as we made the window, so 230 by 370. And then we are going to set the layout of the panel to null. That way we can just set our own locations, and that'll be easier. So I'm just going to add a comment here, adding buttons and stuff. So this will be where we create the buttons and add their attributes. But I'm going to continue that in the next tutorial because I'm almost reaching my 10-minute length. So thank you for watching the first tutorial. I will be back with another one soon. I'm recording these all in succession, so they should all be up at the same time. You won't have to wait for anything. So thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and the next video will be up soon. Alright, bye.